Six-time world champ Stephanie Gilmore calls Snapper Rocks her home break. She was able to surf a world-class wave growing up. She turned into one of the best ever athletes on the Dream Tour. She's just one title short of tying the best record of Lane Beachley with 7 world titles. When Stephanie Gilmore came on tour, Lane was still on tour. And it was almost like she passed the torch to another Aussie that was fired up and ready to win, and Gilmore completely dominated her rookie season, winning a world title the same year, a feat that had never been accomplished before, Bus, since she started off with such an amazing career. Courtney's going to take the first wave and see how she's going to kick off this matchup. Little carve to slash halfway through, an aggressive hack off the top. Beautiful open face hook for Conlog. Down carve again, and she's already throwing down a huge number, and she's got some more room. Big float. And the Californian is kicking this heat off with authority. When she came back, she turned into a title contender. Let's have another look at this gem of a wave.
Yeah, that first turn just a setup, and then she just starts to go to town on this one. Look how much spray she throws out at the back of the wave. You know, we talk about Tyler Wright being one of the most powerful women on tour. I think Courtney Conlogue is right there, gouging through that up and over that section. Unbelievable opening wave for Courtney. It's going to go straight into the excellent range. It has to. I mean, just the way she attacked it, the moves that she put in, the positioning, the timing. I mean, there was no glitches. It's a bumpy, lumpy face, and she just gouged through every single little bump on that face of the wave. And watch this from behind. Boom, beautiful foam climb. Look at this turn here from Courtney. Talk about power. She has put every ounce of energy into that turn, rotating the shoulders, bringing that board all the way around. And as she was coming out of that turn, Joe, the spray was still flying through the air. So it's a testament to how much effort that Courtney Conlogue puts into her surfing. And then draws off the bottom nice and low, compresses, and then springs into action.
Now Gilmore needs to fire back. Stephanie Gilmore hits one off the lip. Another big jam. Way out in front, a stylish little slash on the open face. Looks like she's got the same kind of fire as Conlog. Full wrap with the rebound. And she runs out of water, so she kicks out. Meanwhile, numbers in for Courtney Conlogue. It's a 9.5. We've seen it all over the world, different stages. Courtney now is 24 years of age. Comes from a place called Santa Ana, California, just off the coast, so she kind of had striking distance to a lot of different waves. She did that soul arch, which was beautiful, into the 9s with that score, but ended up leaving the door open with 10 seconds, and Carissa Moore took it. Courtney up and down. Carissa got to go straight to the quarters, and when conditions got challenging, that really made that situation seem a little bit more daunting. Now that we're seeing these numbers thrown in the last heat of the day, it looks intense.
Tough boys, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No pads either, by the way.
No pads. It's incredible. Gilmore starts off with a slice. Little speed bump. She'll glide over it. Just waiting for some clear water to set that rail. One of the most stylish athletes in the game. This one's making her work for it, but she'll grab the rail to go for a huge drift off the top.
Like exactly there. I mean, she was on her way to a pretty solid little wave. A little bit of a slide right there. You know, corrected that very nicely. And then look at this wave. Watch how this wave starts to stand up. Just waits for it. Beautiful turn right here. Snaps back into the pocket, and then she could have just tagged that, and instead sort of goes above the lip and sort of comes unglued. So she could have really applied a lot of pressure right there to Courtney.
Stephanie Gilmore does get the lead of 4.10, even with the fall on that grab rail drifting maneuver. Conlog's now just chasing a 2.6 on this wave as she's up. Moving quickly with the whitewater approach, a quick whip, and she's down. You wear the Jeep yellow jersey, you're #1 in the world, heading into stop #2. Gilmore loves doing that to put pressure on her opponents. Coming back from break, you see Steph up and out, just a short ride. Conlog only needs a 2.6 on this wave. A couple of slashing cutbacks. Gilmore duck diving in front of her. And now she's trying to finish off on her feet, only needing a 2.6, but she's surfing for a whole lot more. Nice easy pace, waiting for the wave to stand up. Highline wrap now coming down with a lot of speed. Swinging that on the open face again. foam just shoving her down the line, chips it real quick. Off the bottom, uses the whitewater lip line to snap. Steps on the water and steps off. Conlog will take the lead now with 10:15 to go. Perfect timing for Courtney. Score's already in, but 6.5 and the lead. Gilmore now needs an 8.01. Let's have another look.
Yeah, I mean, sort of a strange wave at the beginning. A lot of whitewater on the face, so Courtney realizing that, just sort of, you can see keeping that board sort of real flat, keeping the nose up and out of the water. Nice little connection right there, and you can see this thing starting to double up. This is where she takes her time, makes sure that foot's in the right place. Now she draws off the bottom. Another little setup turn. Now look at the speed she gets. She comes flying out of that little slingshot straight into a beautiful wrapping turn, and again using that whitewater, as you said before, it's almost like a shot out of a cannon almost as she goes flying down the line. So Courtney Conlogue, nice little wave right there, 6.50.
Because they had matchups early, usually on the back end of the draw, and they had to knock each other out to go all the way. As we look at the heat recap from round 4, heat number 4, it was Courtney Conlogue getting us on our feet. We hadn't seen a 9.5 in a long time. She gave us one, and it was right out of the gates.
Yeah, right out of the gates. I mean, that was just attack mode. Steph answered back, though, with some special surfing of her own. Look at that turn right there, right in the pocket. Just unfortunate that this wave didn't quite give her that inside section, and she locked in a solid 8-point ride of her own. She kind of had the lead for a little while up until this wave came through. Courtney Conlogue dropping a 6.5, put some pressure on the 6-times world champion. The queen of Snapper Rocks is now searching for an 8.01. 4 minutes and 35 seconds remaining, Joe. She's got priority. There's a bit of time on the clock. Can she pull it off?
What an impressive performance, Potts. We definitely know she's capable of miracles out in these conditions. And what a club it is. Right behind us, you have the Snapper Rock Surf Riders Club. You walk up the stairs, you see Gilmore's name on it a few times. As we watch Courtney Conlogue, the heat leader, trying to take out Gilmore on her home court. She's done a great job to control the lead into 3 minutes to go. Weaving through multiple sections. She had to hop over a big speed bump. Now she's dropping back down to the low road. Has a lip to hit with the explosion of the closeout. Double up, and she goes down.
It's gonna improve Courtney's situation. Courtney is just absolutely in attack mode at the moment. There you go, Joe. Have a look at that.
Numbers in for Courtney Conlogue, 6.83. She does improve. I've told the whole story in every round. And now we're down to 19 seconds. Gilmore's making a move. She needs an 8.34. She'll fade the first section. Another setup turn. Trying to pick her turns wisely. Beautiful carve from Gilmore. You hear the horn sound, a speed bump heading her way. She's still waiting for this inside corner. Now fading. Needs something to work with on the inside track. Now getting in. There's a solid carve. Rips one off the roof again. Jams it off the lip. One more beautiful down carve for Stephanie Gilmore. She can't afford any mistakes. Almost wanted to pull in. And now going for a frontside air off the roof, but she ends up not coming down with it. A roller coaster of a ride from out the back. And had so many ribs on the open face, and she finally got some decent water on the inside where she threw down some pretty solid maneuver spots.
Yeah, she did. Is it going to be enough though, Joe? I'm trying to think about the 8.0 at the beginning of the heat. It was all about the outside section. It didn't really have that inside connection, so we're looking at two completely different waves here. Is that one going to be enough?
She got sent around for because losing priority with 10 seconds in her heat before. And now going for a buzzer beater. Judges taking their time since this is the last heat of the day to work this one out.
Well, so far I'm saying no. Now she starts to find her groove. Little turn right there, little chop hop right here. And then she kind of looked like she was losing interest, but then went, oh, hang on a sec, this thing's going to stand up. So now I started to attack it. Beautiful turn right there. And again, another searing maneuver from Steph Gilmore. Bangs it up through the lip, so 3 solid maneuvers, and then another one with just a little bit of a slide to it. So, Steph Gilmore, 8.34 required left it to the very last minute. Had she pulled that little air off, we probably would have said absolutely, but and I think they're going to match it up with Courtney's last ride.
So now making those comparisons, Courtney Conlog, what an athlete, just skipping over that section, and she had more tunes to this inside corner.
Yeah, she did. See, so far I'm thinking Steph's inside section was just a little bit better, and then Courtney goes down at the end there. So Steph had a bunch of turns through that inside bowl. Now this is the 9.5 from Courtney. I think this is by far the best wave of the heat. I mean, there's no doubting that. I mean, just the turns, the face of the wave was clean. She just was in absolute attack mode right there. Searing maneuvers. There was no hesitation, no doubting that that is definitely the best wave of the heat.
Thank you.
8.34 required by Steph Gilmore.
No worries. Thank you.
Wow. All right, this is what we're going to compare with Steph's first wave. Nice opening maneuver. Jams it in the pocket again, and then out on the open face with that beautiful swooping turn. So 3 solid maneuvers. Another nice turn right there, and then that was kind of all she rode on this wave, so Steph gave up on it. So it was kind of different. Slower start on her last wave, but a better finish compared to the first one.
Every score in this heat looked so different just on the approach, especially for Gilmore's keeper. Now this is the wave that they're trying to make the decision on. Was it an 8.34 or better to turn the heat?
Yeah, well, first turn, second turn right there, just cruising along. Nothing special just yet. That was nice. Just repositioning herself. Real difficult wave to surf. A little chop hop right there. I thought she was going to kick out almost, and then she went, oh, hang on a sec. This thing's going to build up through the inside, so I'm going to stick with it. This is where she started really unleashing some good turns. Right there, beautiful maneuver from Steph. Bangs it up through the lip, so 3 back-to-back maneuvers, and then that cutback. So
Judges taking a long time to make this decision. Probably the longest they've had for any heat we've had so far this week.
Wow. It is going to be close, Joe. Scores starting to trickle in.
Anytime it takes this long, you know there's a split opinion on the result. Numbers in. Stephanie Gilmore, an 8.4 on her last wave, gets it on the buzzer and takes it off Courtney Conlog.
Oh my goodness.
Conlog immediately getting words from her coach, Luke Egan, on the decision from the panel that took a few minutes. That was starting a matchup, Potts, with a 9.5. She did everything right in that heat.
That was a split decision. 3 judges gave it to her, 2 didn't. So it could have easily gone the other way. It was that close.
You see Courtney's look of determination, just trying to take it in, and then she had that one slip right underneath her. And what a statement for Gilmore. Every time you watch her perform with 10 seconds on the clock this year at the Roxy Pro, something big has happened. Whether it was round 4, losing that to Carissa Moore, coming back in the early round with 10 seconds on the clock, and she does it again to get to finals day and a rematch with Carissa Moore in quarterfinal number 4.
You know what? It happened to her, it happened to Steph in the last heat where she got beaten by Carissa in the last dying seconds, and she turned the tables on Courtney. I think if you look back, Courtney's backup, you know, needed to be a little stronger. She had to back that 9.5 up with something stronger. I don't know. Just going to have to go and have a look at that.